Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trend Center app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. The Trend Center app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when their systems have games. Download the app and use our code TFTM for 15% off a premium membership after a 2-day free trial. Okay. We're here. We're back. Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday. And Wildcard Weekend is over. Glad it's over. Playoff football was a nice change of pace. It was. I'll speak for everyone here when I thought it was kind of nice where it was just one game on at a time, and that's what I could focus on. That's what I enjoyed, the nice pace. But I did not enjoy going 3-3 with a surefire loss. So, but I know that I think I might have the best record on the show from last week. So, but that's okay. But before we move on to the other gentlemen, we are brought to you by the Trend Center app. Link is in the description. 15% off of a premium membership. It's the greatest tool on the planet for sports bettors. Check that out right after you watch this. Okay, Chris, how did you do?
Bad. Worse than you. I went 2-4 with a surefire loss. For some reason, I bet the Chargers, and then, I know why I bet the Chargers. I thought they were better, and then I was reminded that they will just always choke in the playoffs for till the end of days. They will choke in the playoffs, and I thought maybe with Harbaugh it'd be different. Apparently it ain't. They're doomed to mediocrity forever. But that they, even if I had won that, still would have been very mediocre. Just not a good week, but love the card this weekend, and we're on to the divisional round. I'm pumped. How are we feeling, Sean?
Yeah, I only won one bet. Shout out Rams. What's up?
I was gonna say you won one bet, but it was your last one.
Yep, so and thank God it was my surefire as well.
There we go.
So thank God it was a double unit plus 125 winner. Made me feel a little better, I guess, but I felt really good about my picks last week. Like I was like, these are locked in. Like I will go 6-0. But live and learn, I guess. Moving on to the divisional round.
Nothing good has ever happened to me when I was like, yeah, this card fucking rocks.
Yeah.
It's always been like, well, we'll see how this goes. It's like, oh, what, like 8-2? Awesome.
I can do this for a living.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Talking about the games. 4 games on the slate. That's it. What is it? There's 4 games this week, 2 next week, and then 1 more after that.
The big one.
The big one. Kind of puts it into perspective there. Very sad. Oh, well. At least we can do is make some money.
7
first game.
7 more NFL games.
Yes, 7 more NFL games. First game, Texans at the Chiefs. Saturday, 3:30 game. Spread is 8.5 in favored for the Chiefs in Kansas City. I'm gonna throw it to Sean first. What do you think, Sean?
I'm gonna go under 41.5 again. Another Texans under. This was the exact same total as last week, and this burned me last week. But thanks to Justin Herbert playing the worst game of his entire life. You don't have to worry about turnovers this week, probably. Justin Herbert throwing more interceptions in one game than he did the entire regular season. Crazy. But it's going to be cold, which means we're going to see a lot of running the ball, grinding out the clock, limiting explosive plays. This also comes from our friends, shout out the Trend Center for Stroud's over under trend, which when the total falls between 41.5 and 48.5 in Texans games, the under is at a ridiculous 25-1 and 8-2 in the last 10. Obviously, one of those losses was last week, but it's hard to ignore, especially when you consider Houston's offense ranks 28th and is wildly inconsistent. Um, Managing just 3 drives of more than 5 plays last week. I mean, like, eh, Kansas D, Kansas D, they're not like elite, but they're solid enough to contain Houston, I'd say. On the flip side, though, the Chiefs' offense, they've been productive, but they haven't been lighting up the scoreboard. Did they score 30? They scored 30 in week 18, correct? No, they scored 0 points. Sorry. They got shut out.
Well, I mean,
they were playing
Carson
firemen.
Wentz was the starting quarter. Yeah, they're playing
That's true.
Plumbers and firemen.
Yeah. But yeah, this feels like a slow-paced game. Both teams are just going to lean on their defenses, lean on the running games. Patrick Mahomes, I think he's cleared up some of his turnover issues. Uh, Houston's D, we saw last week they've been optimistic, uh, but I expect both sides to play it a bit safe. I'm going to lock in under 41.5. Again, grinded out game. Chiefs control the pace. Texans struggle to find the end zone. Let's hope the weather and the trends are on our side this time. I'm also gonna do something different for each game. I'm gonna have a prop. Along with under 41.5, I am taking DeAndre Hopkins anytime touchdown. Plus 265 on DraftKings. Against his former team, kind of a revenge spot. I think the rest that he got was much needed. His hamstrings are made of wet tissue paper. Um, but I think he could make a great red zone target this week. I know this kind of goes against my under, but if you're going to bet on anyone, bet on D-Hop to get in the end zone. I'm going to throw it to Chris next.
All right. I mean, that was a very convincing case, and you had me about to switch my pick, but I'm sticking with my guns. I'm taking the Chiefs minus 8.5. I don't think. I know I said this last week, and I was proven dead wrong. I still don't think the Texans offense is all that good. I just don't. I think that they were able to capitalize on four, like Sean said, four interceptions thrown by Justin Herbert. Patrick Mahomes ain't going to throw 4 interceptions. He might throw one. They won't throw 4. Also, Chiefs defense is, again, said this. I'm saying the same thing I said last week, but I'm just kind of hoping it goes the other way. Chiefs defense will hold the Houston offense. I just don't think they're that good. And this is when the Chiefs just flip the switch, go into fuck you mode. This is playoff football. This is what they've been waiting for the whole season. I feel like they've just been kind of lollygagging, going through the motions. It's like, oh, now we actually have to try in these games. All right, we're gonna whoop them. I think they win this game by 10. I think it's low scoring. I don't think the Texans are going to score that much, and I don't think the Chiefs are going to have to score that much. I think they'll get a lead, and then just kind of let their defense do the work. So yeah, Chiefs minus 8.5. Love it. Will, what are you taking?
So I love both of your picks, but I am choosing the under as my official pick, the under 41.5. And that's the official pick, but I think this game will be kind of telling on what Chiefs team we are getting this playoffs. Aside from week 18 when they played all their benched players and none of their starters, they were kind of picking up a little bit of steam there at the end, getting a little healthier and uh, getting back into form, back into regular Chiefs form, where they're just better than everyone. Uh, and I think this playoff matchup will be if if the Chiefs barely squeak out a win, it's going to be like, okay, well, this season, that's the story of the season. The Chiefs barely squeak out wins, all but two or whatever. And then if they beat the fuck out the Texans, which I think is more likely to happen than uh than the latter. But I then it's like, all right, they're winning it all again. You know, that's already in the back of my mind. Them taking it all again, but um, it's I think the under is the play here, just because Texans offense is bad. I don't I don't even think that's even take worthy. I think that's just a fact. I know you were like, I believe that the Texans offense is bad, Chris. It just is bad.
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah. According to Sean, they're ranked 28th, something like that. That 20s number. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was low. Uh, so I think I think the stars will align here, and we're going to get an under. And the Chiefs' defense is very good. Dare I say, elite? I don't know. We'll see. Uh, but the Texans just cannot score. So that's that. That's that game. Moving on. Next game, Saturday Night Football. Manders at the Lions. Okay, Lions in Detroit. They're the 1 seed, favored by 9.5 points in a dome. Jared Goff. Chris, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
All right. You guys are going to hate me.
All right.
It's an under, isn't it?
Under 55.5.
I thought about this.
This is too many points. For 55 for a playoff game, that's way too many points. The Commanders have one of the worst run defenses in the league. David Montgomery is back. I think him and Jahmyr Gibbs, they just go back, run the football. Detroit's going to have lots of long, just time-consuming drives. I think they just shoot clock, try to get out with a win. The Commanders, I think, will have to kind of have the same offensive approach in order to keep Detroit's offense off the field. They're going to have to kind of put together some drives of their own. And I don't know if they're able to, but I think that's what they're going to try to do. Also, Detroit's defense has looked better as of late. We saw them just dominate Minnesota in Week 18. I think they kind of do the same. I don't know if they'll just completely shut down Washington's offense, but I think they'll have success. And yeah, it's just too many points. I just don't. Too many points. So under 55.5. I hate it. Kind of going against everything I've been saying we've all been saying all year. Manders overs, Lions overs, but 56 points in a playoff game. That's a lot to ask for. So I hate it, but under 55.5. Anybody else agree? Sean?
I thought about that. I really did. And I feel like that under or that over is more of a trap. It's probably gonna, be like 17-6 or something. Like something dumb. Like something
17
dumb.
to 4.
Yeah, 4. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can totally score 4 points. Yeah, we could,
but
can, but Skigorny. Scorigami. That's what it is. Skigorny. What the fuck?
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver from Alien.
From Holes.
No, but I'm gonna take the Lions on the points. I got them at 9.5. I think they opened at 8.5. This line's moving, so I kind of expect this to be at 10.5 by Saturday. But Lions, I mean they've been a hurricane, dude, all season. Especially at home. I don't really see the Manders slowing them down. Goff has been lights out, ranking second in both completion percentage and yards per attempt. Um, he's got his full arsenal. As you said, Chris, David Montgomery is back to face a Washington defense that is awful on the run. I feel like Detroit can just kind of do whatever they want in this game. They can score however they want to score. Um, Detroit also has, I think, the best tight end defense in the league. They'll lock down Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz has been a big weapon for the Manders recently, so they could lock them down. But Detroit, they've been putting up 30 constantly. Um, and their defense, they've been on the up. They're ranking in the top five. It's hard to see the Manders keeping that pace. As much as like great of a story as this Manders season has been, I really don't trust a rookie quarterback to face the number one seed. Um, just like they benefited from an easy schedule. They've had a great year, made it to the divisional round. Just build off that, but the Lions are going to blow them out, dude. Uh, I might get a little crazy. Let's take them by 2 touchdowns, minus 13.5. We'll see. But right now, officially, minus 9.5. Will, what you got? Oh wait, I got to do my pick. My other prop pick. Um, I will be taking Goff under interceptions. He has only thrown an interception in just 3 of his last 14 games, and has only thrown 2 picks in his last 9 playoff starts. Minus 150, little juiced, but I like it. Like it a lot.
Okay.
So, Will, what you got?
I'm also on the Lions minus 9.5 here. Uh, I mean, plain and simple, just to kind of piggyback on what you're saying, I think the Lions are going to cream them. I, this has been a great Manders season, like you said, and they have a lot to be thankful for and happy about for their season. The fans in Washington, um, but this is big boy football. This is big boy football now. This isn't this. There is no underdog story here. This is the Lions. They're going to crush them. They are going to crush them, and that's it. That's it. Uh, I think I think it's going to be Lions Eagles NFC Championship game, which brings me to the next game. It's the Rams and the Eagles. I'll go first.
What a
Eagles minus
transition.
what a transition. They call me the transition king. Uh, is my name in
All
high
right.
school.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
You be whoever you want to be, Will. That's fine with us.
I'm constantly transitioning.
Oh God.
Eagles favored by 6 in Philadelphia. I'm taking the Eagles. I'm taking the Birds. I think they're going to crush the Rams by by a touchdown. I think this Eagles team is hot. They're exactly where they want to be. There's a couple of different. They haven't had a perfect season by any means, with the whole Nick Sirianni shit, and people want him out. But he just keeps winning, and I think they crush the Rams. I think they crush the Rams. I have no numbers to back this up. This is just ball. I think the Eagles are just a all around better team. The Rams, they have some holes. They're not. When I watch the Rams, I don't see them as complete. And I think their win against the Vikings, although we all three definitely saw it from the beginning, um, the Rams would pull that one out. The Vikings were. I'm just going to come out and say it. They're frauds. They were frauds. They were absolute frauds.
Yeah.
They just crumbled. And I don't think it's entirely Sam Darnold's fault, but it's like you gotta stop. You gotta stop the Rams. Like and the Rams offense, was kind of electric in that game. But I think the Eagles they're just a better all around team. And I think this is when they show up and they lay their nuts on the table. Eagles, Lions, NFC Championship game, and that game is going to be awesome. I'm predicting it. Chris, what is your play for this game?
Rams +6.
That's okay.
I the Eagles' offense continues to be the most infuriating thing. I said it last week, and it was true. They scored on their first possession because Green Bay fumbled the opening kickoff, and then they scored how many points after that? 16 points after that. How many points? They finished 22.
Yeah, I think so.
What's that math? Anyway, 15 points. They just AJ Brown's reading self-help books on the sidelines. I don't think their
There's
offense
always
is good.
time for self-development.
There is that is true. But I
When you
just
have
don't.
when you have Saquon rushing 200, it's like I could just read a book right now. I
I
mean,
just no. I mean that's true. But I don't think Philly's offense is all that special. I think they have special players, but at times they just look incredibly out of sync. They needed Jordan Love to play like shit to kind of run away with that game, and he did. I don't think Matthew Stafford will play like shit. I think he'll be very good. I think they'll keep it close. LA's defense just showed they can make life hell for a quarterback, and I think Sean McVay is a billion times better coach than Nick Sirianni. So all that, I think the Rams keep it within a touchdown. I don't know if they win because I do agree. I think the Eagles on paper are the better team, but I think the Rams keep it within the number. So yeah, give me LA on the road +6. Sean, what are you taking?
yeah, fly Eagles fly, baby. Eagles -6. Well, I got some numbers for you, but
Oh,
we'll
thanks.
we'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are the most complete team in the NFC. Um, and their offense has the weapons to dominate both on the ground and through the air. Their defense is peaking at the perfect time. They absolutely crushed the Rams in Week 12, especially in the second half when when you have Saquon rushing for over 250 yards. Um, it's hard to see LA keeping this one close, if I'm being honest. The Rams defense, they rank 23rd against the run. They have struggled to stop physical teams like the Eagles all year long. Um, Philly's defense ranks second in the league. They gave Stafford night terrors in Week 12. I mean, 5 sacks, just under 5 yards per pass attempt. I, 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 I think the Eagles just have fresher legs on this game, to be honest. Um, I don't think the Rams really have the size or the talent to hang around with the Eagles, especially in a playoff game at the link. Um, I could see the Eagles winning this by double digits, whether it be, 10, whatever. But yeah, I do think that the Eagles kind of dominate this game. And now for my prop bet. I know this goes against what I just said a little bit, but I do think this will be a run heavy game for the Eagles. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts under 204 and a half passing yards. He has only thrown for more than 140 yards one time since week 13. Granted, he missed week 16 through 18, um, but he honestly didn't really look all that impressive against the Packers last week, to be honest. Um, and that is at a solid -110. I kind of hate it because he's probably going to just fucking chuck it through the air, but I got to go with the numbers on this one. Jalen Hurts under 204 and a half passing yards. I don't have a
Okay.
good transition for the next game. Sorry, Will.
It's okay. Um, All right, next game. Ravens at the Bills in Buffalo. Kind of a pick 'em, but right now, when I was writing down, um, I don't know if the line has moved at all, but the Bills are home dogs by 1 point. Uh, Honestly, it's kind of tough for me to get a read on this game. I feel like both teams are just playing so well right now. And when I envision the next round of the playoffs, if it's the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, or if it's the Ravens and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, I I can't complain either way. I can't really envision which one would win this game. But I'm gonna throw it to Sean first to
I feel
to
like you
start
wanted to
giving it.
throw it to Chris.
Chris,
You
go
threw it to me
first.
last. Me?
No,
Yeah, why
Sean.
not? Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Whatever. I
Transition
want this game
king.
to rock. We're going over 51 and a half. Ravens, Bills. This you don't get a better matchup than this, like in the divisional round. Like this is like an AFC championship level matchup, to be honest. Both teams flexing on them last week in the wild card round, um, averaging over 6.5 yards per play from both teams, while barely breaking a sweat defensively, completely overmatching their opponents. Um, Two of the league's top offenses square off. This over just feels right. I got it at 51 and a half. I kind of expect this to climb a little higher, if I'm being honest. But Buffalo, they've been firing on all cylinders. Uh, they've been efficient in passing ability to finish drives. They're averaging 3 points per possession right now. Um, Meanwhile, Baltimore, King Henry, strong run game. I mean, God, playoff Henry is here. He's here, and I miss him very much. But that makes them just as equally dangerous. Both defenses solid, but they haven't like faced anything close to this kind of stakes or like offensive firepower that both of these teams bring. Um, yeah, it's the over. You just got to lock it in. I mean, both of these teams might flirt with 30 points by the time this final whistle blows. And if we go 30-30 into overtime, this could be like one of the best divisional games of all time. I'm just gonna say that. But uh, for my prop, this should be no surprise. King Henry over 96 and a half rushing yards, minus 115. I think this total is low, and he rushed 199 on the Bills earlier this season. That more than doubles this total right now. Like I said, playoff King Henry is here. Lock it in. Rob books. Chris, what you got?
Same. Over
Okay, cool.
51 and a
Well,
half.
what you got? No, I'm joking.
No, I mean, honestly, it's pretty much everything you just said. Baltimore lean on Derrick Henry, which may not be, you think of like, oh, they're leaning on the run game. That's not good for the over. Well, like you said, Derrick Henry damn near ran for 200 yards last time they played Buffalo. He had 100 before the half last week. So I love that prop on it, Sean. I'm probably going to take it. I I just think Baltimore is kind of in that stage of offense where they're just like, fuck you, we're going to do whatever we want. We're going to run the ball. And then when you load the box, we're just going to play action. I think Zay Flowers might be back for this one. I don't know if that's official yet, but they said he was hoping to come back. So if he is, I mean, that's just another reason to love this over. And Buffalo's offense is amazing. So they'll get theirs. Like, I don't care who they're playing, they will score points. I think, but yeah, like Sean said, both teams could get 30. Would not shock me at all. So yeah, over 51 and a half. That's in divisional week with a bang. Will, do we have a clean sweep?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yes. I kind of well, first, I do think this game has the very large potential to rock, uh, and just be a great way to end the divisional round of the playoffs. Um, and it was also like I can't really choose in between these teams. I'm gonna be real. Like it, both of them seem unstoppable, and to see that one of them is not going to move on, I can't make that decision. It's so weird, you know? Like I can't choose. I don't know if the Bills can beat the Ravens, and I don't know if the Ravens can beat the Bills. It's I think this game's going to be awesome, and I am interested to see what happens, you know? Um gosh, it's just like the Ravens got a lot riding on this, and it's like the Bills, they've been there kind of exactly like the Ravens. Like they've went to the AFC Championship and lost to the Chiefs, and one of them is probably going to lose to the Chiefs again. Like I don't know.
Nope.
All right.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I just don't want it. That's
Well,
all. I just don't want it. But
I don't want it either. But it's facts, bro. It's
I know
facts.
it's facts.
It's gonna happen. Um, but yeah, I'm taking over 51 and a half. Keep it simple. Sunday night football. Let this rock, please. Okay.
This is a big reason why I wanted to take the over as well because I couldn't decide
Hmm.
on a
Yeah, I just
side.
can't. Plain and simple. I just
I
can't
can't.
decide.
Yeah, like I like 1.5 home dogs for the Bills. Like that's crazy.
I
That's
was
nuts.
I was initially going to take the Bills money line, but then because I was like, well, the Ravens they just always kind of find a way to really choke in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like last year against the Chiefs, they were running the ball down their throats, and then they just stopped, and the Chiefs won. I don't
Yeah.
think that happens this year because they have Derrick Henry. So I think
De depending on how I do, I might hop on Bills money line that night. Just because I do have a future on the Bills to be the AFC champ, to go to the bowl. Because I did parlay the that Super Bowl matchup we talked about with the Bills and the Lions, because that would be like the ultimate Super Bowl of all time, just two dog shit franchises just duking it out. So I mean, conference winner Bills, conference winner Lions, plus 850. Like I might just double down, and they got to get to the AFC Championship to you know be the AFC champions. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Check the Twitter,
Obviously, check the Twitter.
obviously.
Um, okay, moving on. That's the main slate. Well, that's the only slate. Uh, Now moving on to surefire picks of the week, double units. The only one of us that won their surefire was Sean, which was a money line, an underdog money line. So that probably didn't suck for him. But I'm going to throw it to Sean, and maybe he can give us some wisdom or something to maybe win a surefire pick.
Yeah,
What's
well,
your surefire?
it's the Lions minus 9.5.
Oh, sick.
The two best against the spread teams going head to head this week, but the Lions will come out victorious to win by at least 10. Like I said, I feel like the Lions can just do whatever they want this game. I mean, uh, obviously, pun intended, but they will be roaring up and down Ford Field all night, just like they've done all season long. The Commanders, they just do not have the capability to stop them. Um, Jared Goff, I mean, like I said, he's got his full weapons at his disposal. I with Montgomery coming back too, I mean, this should be easy. This should be. This is already locked in for me. I might take. I know I said I might take Lions minus 13 and a half. That will be a day of decision. But right now, what you should do as a person is to lock in Lions minus 9.5 or whatever spread you see it as you see this. I am I am staking my life on this game.
As a human person.
As a human person, you should take the Lions. This is a big spread for a playoff game. And this is the biggest. What was it? I think I saw a stat. It was like this is the biggest favorite the Lions have ever had postseason, which isn't surprising. Like
That sounds
Right.
about right.
they haven't been here a lot, so
Yeah.
it's not surprising. But this is their year, dude. They're gonna roll on them. They're gonna lay their nuts on the table. They're gonna show that we are the one seed. We are the future Super Bowl champions. We called it early. We called it week preseason week 1 probably. Lions Super Bowl champion. So I'm basically just gonna keep rolling with the Lions no matter what. Lions minus 9.5. Double unit, surefire, guaranteed to win. Will, what is your surefire pick this week?
It's the freaking birds, dude. It's the birds minus 6. Uh, I I just think they're such a complete team right now. The Rams had their nice moment where, okay, yeah, we were hurt for 5 weeks. Everyone came back, and then we destroyed everyone, and we beat the fraud Lions. They were frauds.
Vikings.
Right. We beat the fraud Viking. Sorry. Um, I don't think the Lions are frauds.
I was going to say, them's are fighting words.
No, there's only one fraud every year, and that year was
It's usually the Vikings.
yeah. It was the Vikings like 2 or 3 years ago as well.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, they're big frauds. Um, but yeah, it's the Eagles. I do not see the Rams winning this game, and I think the Eagles beat them by a touchdown. Honestly, I don't think that's a hot of a take, but here we are. Did you do Chris? What is your surefire pick?
All right. We're going all favorites. I'm going back like last week, first game of the weekend against the Texans. I'm taking the Chiefs minus 8.5. I'm just going to keep betting against the Texans because they're not that good. And also, I have a stat from Trend Center to back me up. When a team who is favored by 4 or more, who won their or lost their last game, is playing a team who won their previous game as a dog, that team is 130, 76, and 3 against the spread. 7-3 in their last 10. Give me the Chiefs.
You say that again. Give it.
Yeah.
I need to hear that again.
Gotcha. When a team who lost their last game is favored by 4 or more versus a team who won their previous game as a dog.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. 130, 76, and 3 ATS.
I was confused. I was like, I thought you were talking about the Texans when it was like the team who lost. I was like, wait,
no.
but well, hold on.
The Chiefs.
I got you.
No.
I got you.
Yeah. No. And that with everything I already said, I think people are like, oh, the Chiefs are just barely skating by on all these wins. Are they gonna be able to kind of keep that going to a three-peat? This is when Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, like, yeah, we're the motherfucking Chiefs. Our balls are on the table. They win this game by at least 10 points.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
That's our short
I hate it,
picks.
but all right.
I don't like it either, but it's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. Didn't they beat the Texans like the first time they won the Super Bowl?
It was their first of the three-peat, wasn't it? Because that's when the Texans were up like 24-6 or something.
At half. Yeah, they were up
It's
at
when they
half.
beat. It's when they beat the same year they beat us in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, because the Chiefs came from behind in all of those
Mm-hmm.
victories.
Yep.
Fuck. God damn it.
Yeah. I did
Yeah.
see a cool clip from that the Chiefs Texans game from that year. There was I don't remember this happening, but at some point when the Chiefs scored, they were all like going over like celebrating with the fans, and a Chiefs lineman took like two Michelob Ultras from a fan and just dumped them all over. I'm sure that visual was hilarious.
That's for a divisional. Was that wild card?
I don't know, but it wasn't like it was during. It wasn't like, oh, we just won the game. Like they just scored a touchdown. I think it was just to go ahead.
Oh
But
shit, that's wild. That's
yeah,
crazy.
because I was like, I don't remember this happening, but that's pretty funny. But
They showed
yeah,
that on TV? Was that like a TV
that was
broadcast?
this was like a. It looked like a very official. Like it had the touchdown graphic on the screen and everything.
Oh
Let
my
me try to
God.
find it.
I don't remember that happening either. I mean, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
That was the last time the Titans were good, so that was a while ago.
many moons.
Many moons. Many moons.
Yep. Okay. Well, surefires are over. Um, Now we discuss other things in sports and or football. Uh, so this past week has been pretty bad for the Tennessee Titans organization. Fire and ran, and then
Whatever.
Mike Keith leaves, and what else? I don't know. It's just echoing Chris's statement last week. Whatever the Titans do is wrong. So I don't know.
I
Oh,
mean, I don't
oh,
really
and
think you can lump in the Mike Keith thing with like the organization, but I
It was
get it.
just like a cherry on top.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get that. That's
yeah,
his own. That's his own decision. Like he doesn't work for the organization. He works for the radio.
yeah, but he was awesome.
I know.
Like if the radio station fired him,
That would be
then yeah,
dumb.
that would be
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
in the same. Yes, it'd be incredibly dumb, but also be like in the same vein of this organization can't do anything right, even though it's
Right.
not
I
them.
get that.
Like you know what I mean? But yeah, that
Hmm.
was just him leaving. Which I mean, it was just What else could go wrong?
Yeah. And,
Hmm.
you know, it came a day after the 25th anniversary of the Music City Miracle, which I'm glad he didn't like that. I'm glad they didn't announce that on the anniversary because, you know, that's like the best radio call probably of all time for me,
Definitely a Titans history by
of
far.
Titans history. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I do think of Pete Weber's radio call of the triple overtime
Yeah,
Sharks,
it's the
Mike
Sharks.
Fisher, uh, goal. I have that saved on my YouTube of it
That's pretty sick.
of the broadcast synced with the radio, and it's perfect. But yeah, yeah, Mike Keith, the goat. But he'll still be in the state at least.
Just went up the road a little bit.
Yeah, he just went up I-40
Hmm.
like a
Yep,
like 4 hours.
yep.
It's good for Chris though, I guess. I
I
don't know how
mean,
much you listen to the radio for Tennessee
we'll
games,
see.
but
That was the thing. Is like it was more just like the knowing that he's not on the radio for the Titans. Like that's why it was like because I never listened to the Titans on the radio. I never listened to the Vols on the radio. I watch them on TV because like
yeah.
this isn't 1975.
I listened to Mike Keith a decent amount this year, uh,
Like,
starting my like job.
well,
You know,
that's
I have to work Sundays, and I'll be coming back
yeah,
when I'm done, and you know, Mike Keith's on the radio, and I'm like, this is kind of awesome.
yeah.
Like,
Don't get me wrong. It like I get like the blow for like Titans fans as a whole. It is very sad, but like me personally, I was like, yes, it's sad. I my Sundays won't be any different. It's more
right,
like it's more just like hearing like nowadays at least hearing like his voice on highlights, which is the cool part. But It was,
Mhm.
I say, it's like the Titans fan to me, it was very sad, but the Vols fan was like, all right, this is pretty awesome. I've kind
Mhm.
of like, part of me has been wanting this for a while.
I know
Maybe
Has
he
not
this
a
used to
while.
been
do.
has this been in talks or?
No, it's just been kind of like the Titans suck. They don't deserve you. Granted, Tennessee hasn't been good for very long either. So,
I was gonna say, I was like, no, okay,
but
but
it's just kind of like that feeling. It's like I've always I won't say always. The last couple years, I'm like, just go to the
let's
Vols.
go up the road a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I
What were
know
you gonna
that
say, Will?
I know that he before he was the Titans radio, he was the Vols. He was doing it for the Vols. I think for baseball actually. Because I
Hmm.
was talking to my dad about it and I was like, "Hey, Mike Keith, he's the goat." And he was like, "Well, he used to do Vols baseball, so yeah." And I was like, "All right, well, fuck you."
Fuck you, Dad.
I was like, "Okay, thanks." Just say like I agree. So he did that before. He did Vols before, um, according to my dad. But
I didn't know that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. That's
I mean, you don't have to know whatever.
I
Um,
didn't think I did have to know, Mike Keith's entire career history, but
I you don't. But
yeah.
moving on.
Well,
Uh,
it's somewhat related. Just a kind of another fun fact. Al Michaels, well, I think one of his first gigs was back in the '70s, early '70s. He was the Reds play-by-play radio announcer.
ah,
Fun fact.
and a drive to right field as Castellanos hits a
Mhm.
home run.
Again, many moons before that.
Didn't Al call the Miracle on Ice game?
Yep.
Yeah. Ah,
Yep.
yeah, that's a
Um,
great call too.
Yeah.
Fuck. So many
that's a
great
great call.
radio calls that we like just miss because we have
Because
to
of
watch
TV.
them. Yeah.
I mean, there's still good TV calls. We should do
I
that
know
at
there
some point.
there are
Like,
good TV calls, but like there's something about the radio that's just like you have to describe it in a way to make
oh,
the
it's better.
listener
Definitely.
visualize it, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's
We
awesome.
should do that over the summer. Rank some, or talk about some famous radio calls. That'd be fun.
Well, number one is
Okay, or you do it
no.
now.
Well, number
Okay.
one is what's his name for the Reds,
Well,
obviously.
that was TV.
Oh, that was TV. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still number one. You
Uh,
can't beat that really.
You really can't. God. He's back too.
With the Reds?
No, on TV. He
Okay.
no. No, he's doing like the CW network. Because he
Oh,
did a
so he'll never be watched.
well, yeah, probably not. But he did a Boston College game earlier this season, and their starting quarterback at the time was his last name was Castellanos. So he did like a
Jesus
little
Christ.
he did like a little wink to it. Like he just kind of
Mm.
like said the first time he said the guy's name, he kind of paused and then kind of kept going. It
Okay.
was because
Hmm.
the entire week leading up to it was like he's got it. He's got to say something.
Yeah, it's got to acknowledge this.
Yeah, but yeah, I just thought that was funny.
Will, what else
uh,
you got?
um, Mike Vrabel is the Patriots coach. That sucks.
Whatever.
It's
Okay.
the least
Yeah,
surprising
that's
thing.
yeah, that was like
Okay,
the
well,
least.
every time I bring up something and you guys are like, whatever, we talk about it for 20 minutes.
I mean, no,
Well,
we
no,
still
like
want. Let's talk about it. But I'm
we
just
we
saying,
will
like that.
talk about it, but it's just like it's the fact that we knew this was going to happen. Like as soon as Mayo was fired, we knew that this was going to be a thing. It was like they were talking before Mayo got hired. Like it was kind of going to be set in stone anyways. And the Titans were wrong to fire Vrabel, obviously.
I
Just,
mean,
just
I'm like kind of just so whatever about it because, like, yes, it is like kicking the nuts, especially because we play the Patriots next season. But I thought this was going to happen last year, so I've just been kind of like still in that like mindset. It's like it's gonna happen, so it just finally did. And yeah, it stinks, and we'll probably see some former Titans on that team just balling out. But yeah, we deserve it.
Eh, whatever. uh,
I do want to talk about Vrabel for a second. He's been getting like I agree, he's a good football coach. The Titans were wrong to fire him. He's been getting glazed on the internet a little too much lately.
yeah,
They're
it.
talking about him like he's like the greatest coach you'll ever see. Like he's like, oh, he immediately makes. I don't think anyone's actually said this, but this is just kind of the vibe I get. Is like, oh, the Patriots are now just leaps and bounds better now that they have Mike Vrabel. I'm like, he's a good coach, but he has some major flaws. I don't think. I think he is a big step above Mayo, but I don't think he's. I just don't think he's like a phenomenal head coach. I think he's just getting overblown a little bit.
Yeah, it's weird if you just like actually take a step back and think about like the roster that he inherited when he became the Titans head coach. I mean, the year before, like, I mean, they won a wild card playoff game against the Chiefs.
Exactly.
Like, uh, not a bad situation to walk into, honestly. Um, and you know, they got better, you know,
Yes, no
as
doubt.
time went on, but it's a big difference when you inherit a team that wins a playoff game and a team that won 3 games. So we will see what happens. But also, to his credit, the last year that he was with us, he did a pretty good job at polishing a
Yes.
turd.
Don't yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong, he is a good coach, but him and D'Amico Ryans have the same amount of playoff wins. So
damn.
yeah,
Damn, you really made me think about that.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, and they both came in the same year. So I just think the Vrabel dick riding has been a little overdone on Twitter.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I do think that he definitely should have gotten a job last year, uh, or this past year. But fucking, he's just too big. You know, he's just too scary.
I don't know what Kraft was thinking. Did he just feel like some sort of loyalty to Mayo, where it's like he's been with the staff for a while. I don't know how long exactly, but a while. I have to hire him.
I
Like what? Like he it what? Like it was very obvious he wanted Vrabel last season. Why didn't I don't know.
I I think there's some sort of collusion here. Um, I potential collusion. All right, we'll get Mayo, and then we'll be bad, and then we'll get a draft pick,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we'll get Vrabel.
Ooh, you got me putting my
That's
tin hat on, honestly.
that's definitely possible. Yeah, I never really thought about that.
Or I don't know. Maybe Vrabel was just like. I mean, there was that thing last like one of the last years he was head coach with us on our bye week. He went to the Patriots game and was
He
inducted
was
in their Ring of Honor, and so like that might have been the same year before we fired him. So that would have kind of looked a little bit weird. I don't know. That's just my take, but it's I don't
I mean,
know.
He's a
maybe I
three-time
think
Super Bowl champion with the Patriots. He completed every pass that was thrown to him. You know, like he didn't drop a single pass that was thrown to him um,
On offense.
on offense.
I
He might
Exactly.
have some
also
drops on defense. I don't know.
That's what I
I
mean. Yeah,
know.
but that's what I mean. That
I know.
was thrown to him.
I
But
also think
like,
that maybe Mayo was groomed to take the head coach job. I remember hearing something about that last year after they let Belichick go. Um, I
Yeah,
think they were ready to get
I,
him to the next
but I
point.
feel like if he was in where he was kind of like the head coach in waiting, if you want to say that, you got to give him more than a year, especially when you had one of the worst rosters in football.
Oh, I agree. I think. Did you see that clip of Gronk? I think you actually sent that
Yeah,
in our gambling group
he
chat. Yeah.
was. Yeah, it was right after they announced it. He was gonna like on Fox on national television. He was about to go off on Robert Kraft, but yeah, they were like, "Hey, we got to take a break."
yeah,
So
uh,
Mhm.
that. Luckily, they took that break. Honestly, like for
yeah,
Gronk,
I think
like
how convenient that break
yeah,
was. But
and then a Kraft mac and cheese commercial plays right after.
All right. What else
I
is
don't know.
happening?
do y'all want
It's
to
okay.
make a
It's okay.
do y'all want to make a
It's
TD score parlay for this weekend?
No, I'm
yeah.
terrible at this.
No, Will, come on.
All right,
One
I'll do
for
it.
each
This
game.
is easy.
We already got one. We already got D Hop for one.
We already got D Hop.
So hold on, let me put him in. Where is he? 265. All right. Manders Lions.
All
Do
right.
we want to go?
Well, hold on. Let me pull up. Let me pull up DraftKings.
Do we want to go Montgomery first game back?
I
I
mean,
Could
I
be
think
juiced,
Mooney.
I
but
I think any Lions offensive player is like money.
Is wild.
well, they have. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five. They have five of the best odds, or the
Yeah.
top. I won't say best, top odds, whatever you want to call that, and only two of them are plus money. So
Hold on. Let's go. No free shout outs, but I love the DraftKings stats little,
yeah,
thing at the let's see who has scored. All right, David Montgomery has scored at least one touchdown in 10 of his last 11 appearances with a total points line of at least 50. So yeah, add Montgomery in there.
I think they'll with first game back. I also think they'll just have a
Yeah.
emphasis on him getting the ball.
Yeah.
All right,
Love that.
Rams Eagles.
I mean, Saquon.
That's
Hmm.
I mean, we don't want to be like, cheesy, but
I was thinking let's maybe get a little maybe Puka 150.
I
Devontae Smith.
wouldn't.
I don't love that one.
I don't like Devontae Smith.
Puka is probably the best one. Like, well, AJ Brown plus 145.
I like
After
AJ or
Kyron.
last week, he only had what like three catches, if that.
Yeah. Could be a bounce back. What about Kyron
Kyron
Williams?
Williams has scored
He's
at least
minus
one
115.
touchdown in 9 of his last 10 appearances with the Rams as underdogs.
Do it.
Kind of
Kyron
sounds like
Williams.
Kyron.
Kyron or AJ?
I'll vote Kyron.
I
Well,
agree.
all right, we'll do Kyron. All right, we're at plus 1022 right now. I like that. All right, last one. Ravens Bills. We can't go Derrick Henry. That's two.
Could
I
we
mean,
do
we could
Josh
double
Allen?
up. We could double up.
We could double up Derrick Henry. Yeah,
It's
let's double
minus
No, I
up.
like
think
225.
Let's
Yeah.
double up. All right, Derrick Henry.
and Josh
Uh,
Allen. I mean, he's gonna carry the rock.
I thought that last week
Oh.
too, and he didn't get it. So
Yeah.
Oh, did he not get one?
no,
No.
he should have. Fucking Mac Hollins got a taunting penalty at the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
That
that was
also could have hit
fucking
the over.
dumb.
Like that
Yep.
could have been
Yep.
crucial for the
Oh my
over
God,
too.
dude. No. Fuck, that pissed me off. Mac Hollins is like on my hit list. Like actually. Not actually, but
If it were to
allegedly,
exist.
allegedly. If a list did such exist, Mac Hollins would be number 1 on that list because he lost me my $5 bet.
I used to have a list. You just made the list.
It wasn't a
Huh?
hit list. Hmm. James Cook. Did he get one last week?
Hold on.
Yeah, he did. He got the first one.
Yeah.
First one for the Bills. Did he?
I like James Cook. Derrick Henry and James Cook.
I don't hate that.
All right, Chris, what are we at?
All right, so those 5 of D-Hop, Montgomery, Kyron Williams, Derrick Henry, James Cook, plus 3,357. $5 wins 172.
That's kind of wild.
Like that. Damn. We're about to make bank, dude.
Are we taking it? Or are we going to add to it?
No, I don't think we should add to this.
All right,
I think we should just take. I think we should just take it as it is. 3,357. Is that what you?
Yeah.
Okay.
$5 wins 172. 10 wins 345, and so on and so forth.
$100 wins $3,500.
Yes, but I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that either.
Not Rockefeller over here.
Yeah, let's relax.
I don't have $100 to throw on a parlay that's gonna lose.
Hey, could win.
Yo, we built this together.
That's how.
With the power of
your
friendship.
Money. That's how the books get your money. Is parlays.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I got a little too cute with them last week, but if we're just doing one. We have all of our.
I do it every week.
It's true.
And I loses every week.
But when it wins.
Sometimes it wins.
It's never won.
It's won.
What are you talking about?
The 1 week I didn't do the surefire parlay, it wins.
Well, that's on you.
It was like week 1.
We hit it 2 weeks in a row in the middle of the season. Yeah.
We've hit this a couple times this season.
I think it's hit 3 times.
Well, it's me. I can't win a parlay.
It's hit
except for that Geno Smith
at least
one
3 times this season. 3 or 4 times, which is not great, but
none of the times that I took it.
Well, that's wild. I'm taking it every week.
I think I've taken it all but
just about every week.
And it's because I forgot.
I've taken it every week that it's lost. It always loses. I'm terrible at this. This is why I didn't want to do this. I'll do it.
It's just fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I'm a fun guy.
Yeah, clearly.
I love fun. But I don't think losing money is fun.
It's $5 or however much you want to put on it.
All right. Anything else?
I don't know, Will. You just kind of sucked all the fun out of everything. It's like
I'm just saying. just telling it like it is.
Jesus.
You're being really pessimistic for, us that has a gambling show that, we give out picks for, that we lay our own money on.
They're just
you're like,
lose
this
anyway,
never
so
wins. Like,
why should we take it? That's a great
I take it and it never wins. I don't know.
Well, this one's going to hit. Now that Will's being so poo-poo about it, it's definitely going to hit.
Yeah, this is a lock. This is our surefire of the week.
I'm putting 5 units on it.
Well, if I don't place it, then it will win. That is what's going to happen.
All right, then don't place it.
No, but I want it.
Do you? You seem very
It doesn't really sound like you do.
I want it to win because I want money.
All right.
I can't even.
There's a reason it's plus 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
I agree. It's a long shot. That's the fun part of it. Like,
but you get that first one, and you're like, all right.
I saw a clip from on Twitter. It was just these guys sitting around gambling, and this one guy, he's like, "Hey, I got a $500,000 parlay that's live right now." And the other guy was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah. I mean, I need like 8 other touchdown scores, but the first 2 hit."
Golly. I'm so bad at touchdown scores. I'm glad I picked out one of the picks. It's probably going to be the one that loses. Anyway.
You gotta relax. You need to calm down.
All right, fellas. I'm going to wrap this up.
I can't believe we're going to end on such this sour note, though.
Hey, just saying. Tell a joke, Chris.
I was trying to think of something positive to end on. I don't know.
All right. All right, time for Transition King Will to step in.
This is going to hit. That's the positive.
This touchdown parlay is going to hit.
All right, this is going to hit. And you know what else is going to hit? This episode on Thursday, like it is every single Thursday. And we will see you back here next week. Check out the description, link in the bio for 15% off a Trend Center membership. It's the greatest tool on the planet for sports bettors. Check that shit out, man. Even just follow them on Twitter. Like, they're giving out trends every single day. NBA, college basketball, NFL when it's on, NHL, all that shit all the time. Follow them on Twitter and then use the code TFTM at checkout. Get a big discount on their premium membership there.
How big of a discount, Will?
I think it's 15%, but I
also
also
think 15%.
But I think they also did. I say something else?
No, but you said you think it's 15%. It is 15%.
Right.
It's 15%.
It's 15% off.
It's 15% off. Check it out.
It's 15%.
It's 15%. I'm just making sure people pay attention when I do these ad reads. Follow us on Twitter for the updated picks when the day of the games. And then Chris is constantly betting college basketball every day because he has a problem. But we're going to move on.
Only their parents have ever heard of. The parents' players have ever heard of. He is on that shit.
Yeah. That's his
life.
I
don't get this like shot that's coming at me. Money
it's not a shot.
Won on East Texas A&M is the same color as money won on Kansas.
Exactly. But you're on that shit. And
yeah, I'm in the weeds.
Without you, nobody would know these colleges exist. That's what I'm saying.
Games that aren't even on random TV networks that no one's ever heard of.
I know.
It's terrible.
And that's great.
I hate it.
Well,
I love it. I love it.
You love it, and that's great.
You have the power to stop. Anyway, if you hate it,
I don't. I love it. It's
okay. Yep, we'll see you next week. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money. Bow.
Ow.